one up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't?
Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay, ready? 56. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Miles. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. Second and long. Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Here we go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Garoppolo now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On second down, Miles. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. On third down, Miles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. On first down, Miles. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Play 56. Yes! Man, I got you. 56.
They'll look to throw. And Jennings has it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
At the 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave me underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Taylor, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's get off the field.
1, Omaha.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Hey, Delta.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They'll run on first down. Miles. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Through an opening, and there he goes. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. This one fielded at the 5. Able to slither by. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey,
Exit. Go. Mike 51. Mike.
hey, gun.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he spins away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On second down now, Miles. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Back to throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Switch, switch. Go!
On 2nd down, Miles. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Yeah, baby.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
Yes, sir.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Jennings was the one he was looking for. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
21. Here we go.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
Hey, Alpha.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Now watch one. Watch one. Mike 51.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, let's go.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Check right. Sponge. No. Go. Mike.
21.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Smooth. 51.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
2nd and 3. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
11.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. You take it right on the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is lost, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Dances by him. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, alert! Buzz!
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. He don't know no better.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss.
Here we go.
We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Garoppolo. Finding room inside the 40. That one into the hands of Kane. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37.
Here we go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
51 the mic, boy. 51. Wild Bill.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Got it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z. And
it's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go,
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Here we go.
Mike 51. Mike 51. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
2nd and 6. Goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there, man.
12, fellas, here we go.
Mike 50.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second down and inches. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 26. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Niners on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Go! 51! Watch the run!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Taylor. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike's 56. I got it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
And the blitz does come. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tackle. Bravo. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
56 to Mike. Hey, that's good. That's good. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, we're pretty quiet. Ready to go.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Ross on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at the 41-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They run the counter. Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Wait. 13. Hey, alert.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf.